All right, in the fourth position. Haven't been there in a while. Let's take a look at the board. Ore looks pretty rare. This 8-5-10 should go first. So yeah, I'm not gonna get that. Not even close. Wheat looks actually really common. Really common. 8-6-8-9. Can't get much better. Unless this 9 was a 6. Flipped it upside down. But yeah, that wheats shouldn't be any problem to come by. Brick is also terrible, just like ore. Brick is more terrible than ore. 2-4-11. So I'll make this 8-4-3 here a decent pick. And sheep and wood, their usual selves, pretty good. Sheep's, I guess, kind of rare, and the two good numbers are clumped right here. But it's sheep, so it's not that big of a deal. There's a lot of wood. That's kind of clumped though here too. 6-9-3. That's not very good. Looking at the wood port, it's over here. I guess I should look for the wheat port. That's a good first pick by green. Wheat port's over here, so this 8-4-3 is actually might increase the value of it there if you could get to the wheat port, but you'll actually probably be racing whoever gets this 6-3-11 on the brick, since I feel like everyone's going to want the wheat port. Green points their road this way. I feel like I would just point it toward the coast, even though these ports don't help you right now. Just getting the best ore and the good wheat, it's probably best to just place a safe road to the coast. But I mean, it's still a good spot, and I'm sure they'll do fine. As for what I would take second, yeah, I think I would probably take this 8-4-3, and that is a risky road, but maybe you have to take kind of a risk. Going second, so let's start thinking about what I'm going to do. That's, I guess, most important. Yeah, the best ore and the best brick are gone, so it's not good. I could try and get on both the 11 and the 3 ore to make up for that, and that's the same amount of pips as this 5. So I may try and do that if I could get, I don't know, this 8-4-3 and the 6-5-11. That is all ore, wheat, sheep, but it's just too much wheat and sheep and not enough ore. So I'll definitely need to get to a port if I took that. Of course, it depends on what third's going to do. I don't hate that setup with what I'm left with. It's just a lot of production. Nope. Yeah, I'm not going to get it. All right. Now, I like this setup even less. There's a sheep port over here. But there's not even like a ton of sheep. There's just a lot of wheat. And getting to anything without brick is going to be hard. Could go for some kind of race here. Take this with the 6-9-2 with a free road. That's risky going fourth. It could easily get broken up the road. And I'll only be on a 6 wheat anyway. So I'm not huge into that. Boy, this is pretty terrible. I could just kind of go production 5-9-10 and then start with a free row on the 6-9-2. Wood port's over here though. And then I would try to get to this 3-1 port and this sheep port. And the 3-1 port will also come with a little bit of ore. And I think it's important to start with the road, and this will just up my production the most. The problem is if that gets broken up, if that brick gets taken, or that would just be terrible. But I don't know what else to do at this point. Getting on this ore is not all that important right now because it's just not enough, and I'll just have way too much of the other things. And the spots in the middle, which I generally don't like, because you can't get to the coast or an easy port. And you never know where to play your road here. Who's going to go where, and I would probably just point it towards the desert, and that's pretty garbage. So yeah, I think I'm just going to start with this 5, 9, 10, go to the sheep port. And then take this free road. I think this 3-to-1 port 6-3 is more important than the sheep port, just to get ore and to get more production for the 3-to-1. I don't even have that much sheep, and there's not a ton of sheep on the board. So actually this 5 sheep might be trading material, which doesn't happen often with sheep, but it might. Although someone else is going to go on it too, on the 6-5-11. I guess I'm giving red the setup I said I wanted, but I need to take a good setup myself. And if they take this, I should be able to beat them to this 3-to-1 port, so they'll have no roads. Although they'll probably try to go to this one anyway, because it's better strictly than this one. They might go for a wheat port strategy as well, red, and go for that. But I'm pretty locked into my pick here, so I think I should just take it. I really hope nobody just goes on the 6-3 alone. That doesn't seem very good for basically anyone. Well, yeah, I guess black could. Probably should have looked at that more. I pretty desperately need this 3-to-1 port because I have so much wood. Yeah, they could go there. That's the 2 resources they need. It's not great for them because they'll just have like no production. 10 pips plus 7 with double up on 3s. But they could do that. Yeah, I probably should have looked at that more. I need to try something here. I'm left with not much. I need to try and get a port, or I mean, come on, this 9, 10, 11 is just a lot better than the 6-3, isn't it? Or even the 9, 4, 11. It's 3 different numbers and 2 more pips. It makes the city on this much better than a city on a 6-3. That's the thing when you start on the coast with a bad spot like this. It's not just you start with less, but then once you city up your spots, you're even worse. Oh, and they just lock in the wheat port and point up this way. All right, well, as long as they didn't take this 6-3, I guess I'm okay with that. Now, I don't know where green's going to go. They need sheep. I guess they could just take this 9, 4, 11, get sheep. And I guess they need brick, but they're not going to get brick unless they go right in this 4-11, which I would like to see. That gives them the wheat port that black based their whole game on, and it gives them the brick they need. And they have wheat themselves on the 8 wheat, so I mean it's not a great setup, but I don't. All right, so they just cut them off this way, and now it'll be a race between blue and green to this 9, 4, 11. Black puts it on the 5 ore alone, harsh, and then the 5 rolls, even more harsh. 6. All right, so red bought a development card. I'm hoping that's nothing that'll take this spot. I think they're going to go for this one. They're saying red is going to destroy a screen, and yeah, I have a good setup. Yeah, I think I have to drop the road before the brick gets stolen. It's just too valuable. Now the real test is getting another brick to settle here. I do need wheat, but I don't need it yet, and there's so much wheat, I'm not going to trade wood. I actually have a pretty good lockdown on wood, since everyone else is only on the 10 and black is on none at all. So these 6 and 9 are actually a trade benefit for me. So try and trade it for ore. I don't need it yet, but I will. I don't want to trade it for wheat. Black is the one offering me the wheat for the... Yeah, I've actually... Green is the only one on wood, and I'm on all the wood. And black doesn't have any... All right, that I have to take. That's a great trade for me, or anyone. I'm glad I snapped on that before green could. It does give them the settlement there, but it gives me the rare brick. So I'll offer the sheep first. Really like to get this trade. Black wants double. Alright. At least I got a 2 for 2 out of them. I don't necessarily need the wheat that much. But I didn't want to give him a 1. I didn't want to give him a 2 for 1. And I definitely did not want to pass at 7 cards or whatever I had there. I did not collect on that 4, so I had 7. Yeah, passing there would be terrible. I needed to get this settlement down. So now I have a port and I have a little bit of ore. The next step is more difficult. I'm not sure what the best play is. It's going to be hard to go for road just on the basis of all I have is this 2 brick. I feel like I'm better at army player, having good sheep and wheat, and now a good port. I always am a better army player, right? I always go for army. But this game just, I mean, come on. My spots are separated, and I have a 2 brick. And I don't know where I would expand to anyway for road. I guess this upper right part of the board is pretty open, but I don't have any roads to get anywhere. But yeah, for going for army, I feel like I would want a city up first before trying to invest in development cards. That's going to be hard to do. The only good ore is blocked. A9s are good. Didn't even realize I was double up on those, and that's the first one to roll. And a 7, of course. I guess I have no more use for wood for the moment. So the only one who has done anything is black. So I guess it's between this 6 wheat and this 8 wheat. Green is... Let's do this one. Steal from black. So obviously that 7 out is terrible. All right, now we bounce it to the 6 wheat. Yeah, this 8 wheat hurts green more than this 6 wheat hurts red, so that's one of the reasons I put it there. They both hurt black equally in theory. I guess it still has to be black. I don't know what I'm looking for. Or I guess, but I don't think there's any out there. Wood is something. I can at least trade in for an ore. And then, what, buy a development card or city? This is the tough call. Guess I can try, but I know there's no ore out there. But at least this lets everyone else know you don't have ore if they somehow thought for a weird reason that you do. Alright, so at 6 cards, not particularly close to a city. I feel like most people would buy a development card here. I probably should. And a year of plenty. There you go. That will be used for 2 ore, almost certainly. I guess it could be used for 2 brick as well as something rare. But the city is much harder to come by than. It's much more valuable than the road settlement. Like a road settlement here on the 9 sheep or then the 9 wheat sheep port doesn't really do that much for me, especially if this is blocked. I'm not counting on. But yeah, the city is just so much more impactful than a road settlement. So this will be 2 ore. Just hope I can get one ore somehow. Wow, this 5 ore got blocked again. I think black did that both times. I'll have to look back and see, but that's pretty brutal. I don't think there's anything I can do. I could trade 3 wheat for an ore. I should maybe consider that. But I don't want it to get stolen. I kind of risk a 7 out at 5 cards, but I guess I could try 2 wheat for 2 wood to try and 3 for 1. I don't know if anyone has that. Let's try and 3 for 1 for a city. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass. If I had 3 for 1 for an ore and have it get stolen, that you just lost 3 cards. And I guess I'm kind of tied for the lead right now. And no one roll puts me over 7, although this puts me close, this 9. So it's kind of one of those things where, yeah, you want to be getting cards, but you don't want to go over. That's an 11. That's a bad roll for me. Everybody gets rare things, except for me. So now I guess this 6 wheat is the block for me. If a 7 doesn't roll, I should be able to city. Doesn't. That is going to put me way ahead in the lead and get me stolen from. Actually, no, black built a lot too. I do maybe just want to consider just buying a development card here, though, to make black still be the target. If I city up, I'm going to look like a big threat. And now that I still have this year of plenty in my pocket, the city becomes a lot easier. So I don't have to. I'd have to worry about a mono, though. And if just buying a knight or just buying a dev card will leave me a lot of cards in my hand to get monopoly. People online tend to use them pretty early. But black doesn't have one, and they would be the worst mono if they got all the wheat, so I think I'll risk it. Yeah, I just don't. If I get a city, I feel like I'm going to get stolen from for a good part of the game. Yeah, see it. Yeah, now green rolls a 7. If I had citied, I feel like they would probably steal from me. Since I didn't, oh man, they still stole from me. All right, I got the sheep, and the 5 rolled. But my good buddy red moves it off. All right, so now red's got a city. It's not on me, so I don't have to play my knight. Roll a 5. Try and get that ore somehow. Wood's kind of rare, right? Try both. I don't know if that's worth it. I'll try. This ore is more valuable to green than these 2 cards would be, but they seem to know that. So again, same question. Do I want a city? I don't really think so still. I don't really need the production that much, and I don't want to just be stolen from. There's still some dev cards out there. I'll maybe wait till those are bought. I mean, I'm for sure going to convert for this ore. Now it's just a matter of do I city. I do have a knight for protection, so I could I would definitely city this 5, 9, 10 to equal up the production since I'm already doubled up on the 6. But I think I'm just going to buy a dev card, get a road building. That's, I don't know. That's okay, I guess. I don't really have anywhere good to go except the sheep port. Try and trade for some of that ore. Not going to happen. I don't think I'm going to buy a dev card here. I have a lot of playable development cards, so I think I'm just going to convert for an ore and pass. Maybe by next turn someone will do something that'll make me want a city. I probably should just city now if I can. I waited long enough. I mean, I'm hoping to avoid the robber by doing this when the 7 rolled. In theory, I am behind red at least, maybe, because they have a city up and we're both at 3. Nope. See, some players look at development cards, some don't, so obviously these players do. I have been stealing from black a decent amount, but that's because they jumped into an early lead. Should maybe start to look at red a bit. And I thought they had an ore too, which I got. Buy another development card? That basically just leaves an ore in my hand. I don't like that. I think I need to get the city. Ugh, they put it where I want it to go, but then they roll a 7. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of robbers being played, and that's the main reason I didn't want a city. Now, I don't know. I don't have a knight left now. So if it gets moved by green or black onto me, I won't have a knight to defend myself. I don't know where they'd block. With I'd have a lot of production to city this up and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna buy one more, another year plenty. All right. Oh no, maybe since I have all these playable dev cards, I'll say it. I should have maybe played the road building just to go out here to the sheep port. I don't know if that looks more threatening or having 3 development cards. Probably having the 3 development cards, honestly. So I should just probably play it. I don't think I'm a threat for road. Hopefully they see that. And also with that year of plenty last turn, I would have used it for a wheat, and I'm basically just trying to use it for 2 ore. It would have been an ore wheat. Yeah, there are a lot of development cards being bought. I may want to think about using this road building to try and go for road in a way by going maybe just tripling up on this 6 or going for this 5 ore. Yeah, I'm not sure. Since army might be hard to come by and I don't have any victory points yet to make it easier to win without army. Probably just keep blocking this 6 wheat. I don't know. Steal from red. Get a wheat. If I can get a wheat now, I can city. I didn't play a development card this turn. I don't know if I should offer 2 for 1 on a wheat there. Maybe I should just play the road building and pass. I don't know where to play it though. Maybe just here and here. Give myself an option. Yeah. The ore port is useless though. But this road gives me, I guess, 2 roads to build off it for a settlement, so I don't know. Playing this game pretty weird. I haven't played this type of game in a while. Basically just trying not to get just hammered by the robber with all these development cards out there, not to mention 7s rolling. Looks like there's no knights from black. They're just going to keep buying development cards though. Are they going to city? No, they're going to buy another development card. Man, this is crazy. I'm trying to get that brick. Have nothing to do with this extra wood. Could offer him a sheep. Black wants 2 wood. Definitely not going to do that one. Wood sheep. I don't need to do any of this. I was just trying to be nice. Alright. I run out of excuses not to city. I have to do it. It doesn't look like there's any more knights out there. Although there was just a development card bought by black and red. But what am I going to do? Just not city there? There's literally nothing else I could do. I could Europe plenty for a brick to build a sheep port. Great. With just a settlement on a 5 sheep. Green gets the other road building. Those are both gone now. They get a wood port. That's not bad. They could actually make a play for longest road, which I would not have seen coming. At least everyone is now at 4 or red's at 3 but about to take army. So now that I citied, it's still much closer than otherwise could be. Man, I do not like those 11s. Unless they trade me that stuff. Someone's thinking about something. I don't have that. I could do a sheep and a... I don't really want to settle, though. Just want to buy a development card. I have a year of plenty, but using a year of plenty to buy a development card is not good at all. I'll just try this. man. Ran out of time there. Oh, and a 2. Yeah, I was trying to trade 3 wood for an ore there. Hope that doesn't bite me. I guess I took too much time. I didn't see how low the timer was. I haven't done that in a while. At least my hand's more insulated now. Yeah, that's pretty dumb. Now I actually don't want this, surprisingly enough. I only need 1 brick, really, to settle that sheep port. I don't want to build more roads, really. I also don't want to give black just more points for no reason. They're probably at 6 because I didn't get any VPs. I bought pretty many development cards. I didn't get any. And even if I would have 3 for 1 for that ore, by the way, I'd still be at 8 cards. So clearly, I knew what I was doing when I totally flubbed the timer. All right, so they take army. That was expected. I don't know what to do. Road seems difficult to get. Army seems more difficult to get. This person's literally just on ore, wheat, and sheep. 7ing out again, trying to talk so that it doesn't happen. Never works. It wasn't even on me either. It's terrible. But 3 for 1ing for that ore wouldn't have changed anything. What would have changed something is using my Year of Plenty to do something last turn, but I didn't want to do that. So I guess I'll go here. Then the real choice is to steal from red or black. I guess black's probably at 7, and I don't want them to city. Although I don't think they have any ore, but I don't think red does either. Yeah, they have brick. Maybe I'll just try and trade a brick for a wheat. I just want to buy development cards, and I would have been able to do that if I didn't 7 out. Again on my turn. I always seem to roll my own 7 outs whenever I play. I think there's somehow no wheat out there, which is crazy. And just drop a road, pass, I don't know. That ore port is obviously nothing, and there's another 11. Terrible 7 and 11 sequence. That was just the worst rolls that they could be. Yeah, I don't need this ore port. I'm just kind of looking like I'm going for it, but really I'm trying to set up for road maybe one day. I could just go to this 9 wheat. Maybe I should have, but I don't really want to do that. To triple up on it, quadruple up basically once I get this sheep port. At this point, knights for red is a good thing for us because they're probably going to get army already. And 8. Should I do this even to get the sheep port? I don't know. I get my own wheat. Guess I'll try. Just I'm so scarred now by 7ing out that I feel like if I have to roll on my turn over cards, I'll just roll a 7. But I don't really want to give that 3 to 1 port to red. Can't do that. All right, so I just pass. The rolls have gone kind of dry, which is obviously not good. And then I 7'd out, which is obviously even worse. But on the board, and not even just on the board, in reality I only have 4 points, so I have prevented getting robbed. Yeah, I think yeah, black is black is dangerous. I should probably try and block them or take road. 8. Green wants 2 wood. Whatever. I don't think they're doing much this game. I'm just going to try and get a point down. Not pass at 1,000,000 cards. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should have done that. I didn't. I probably should have looked at they have a wood port and that a bunch of 10s have rolled. No one else would. Got to do something. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have traded them. They're right. Boy, these 10s are going off. No, they'll be at 8. Yeah, those were the cards I kind of needed, were the monopolies. And they're out of settlements. So I guess I want them to have road over green. I mean, for sure. But in terms of how I actually get back in this game, that's not very clear. Boy, that's a lot of 10s in a row. I mean, I guess I have to city with this year plenty and then buy more development cards. There's still a decent amount left. I don't know how many victory points are left. Might just be mostly knights in there. It's been 7, 8 knights played out of 14. Yeah, my rolls have gone cold. And I'm like converting too much to be efficient. I have no ore or brick, so I do have a sheep port now. I do need to remember that. Sometimes I forget when I get a second port that I have that second port. I just think so much about the first one, which is the 3-for-1. 2 sheep for a wood from green. Yeah, sure. I think red's pretty far back, honestly. I was afraid of them at first, but they just haven't gotten the right development cards. They've just gotten too many knights, which is good. I want them to have army. I have nothing. I'm the one who's fighting for neither bonus. I guess green and black are fighting for road. Red is fighting no one for army. I just continue to not be able to hit a roll for a while now, except for that 5. This will let me city. I can't do anything. Ugh. Probably just convert twice. Nobody's going to steal from me. If they do, then whatever. Although I probably should have just kept the 2 sheep. That's an interesting block on red. With black at 9, potentially. Seems likely enough. God, these 11s. Oh, and the Monopoly. Makes converting for that ore even worse. Yeah, not a great game. That was really bad. Of course, they might not have mottoed unless that 11 rolled. But yeah, it was just not the right play. Yeah, this is just the problem with a production port game. You just don't really go for either bonus. I didn't get any victory points. I didn't get any monopolies, so and I've made some mistakes. So yeah, I'm in trouble. Yeah, there's really no reason to convert for 2 ore there. I'm trying not to 7 out, but at this point I need to risk that, and I can't give a monopoly target. That was just bad. And I knew there was 1 monopoly left. Still, I just well, at least black didn't get anything on that roll, but they're at 9 points most likely. Okay, no, they're only at 8. That's good. Can try to somehow get back in this. I don't know how. I have a lot of production, but I just don't. Unless I pull victory points, there's just no way I can do it in time. Yeah, and losing those 2 ore, basically the 4 sheep that I turned into 2 ore, was really bad. Now black's going for the victory points. They might be out there. Yeah, that's just so many 10s that help green way more. They could be at 9 now. Can only buy 1 development card. Maybe I should just settle for a point. It could be over after this. I mean, yeah, why not? Best I can hope for from a development card is a point anyway. I guess the argument is to buy the points out of the deck, but there's a chance I don't get them. I'll just hope that there's still some left if it gets back to me. Well, they all are claiming they don't have VPs. guess you probably shouldn't do that because now green's going to buy. Now he's at 9. My goodness, there's been a lot of 10s. They get 2 of any card on that. They have 7'd out a lot because of it, but they've at least... Jeez. I just want to buy a development card. I can't hit any rolls. I get 4 ore on the 11s. There's been a lot of 11s and 10s, and green gets 4 cards on every one of those. And yeah, I get 2 cards on a 10, now 3, but that's without the port that they have, it doesn't even matter. All right, at least I can buy a card. There's no way I can buy 2, right? Even if I made a trade. No. I gotta try and buy... What is he saying? Still no VP. Well, I gotta try then. Get a VP to get to 8. Great. And I get a knight. Where are they? Is everyone just lying? Oh, and green 7's out again on their turn. Yeah, knight is the worst card to get, obviously. Green has to be at 9. And they win. Yeah, I don't think I played that one well, but I was in a tough spot going forth on that one. But yeah, definitely. I don't think the mistakes I made were to lose. But yeah, they definitely didn't help. They weren't going to make up 3 points. Check out the dice. 0 3s, all right. Didn't help me or red. I guess they had sheep coming their way there, but ore is more important. 4s out of the ordinary, and 10s. I was on the 10, but it didn't really help. Wasn't really on the 4. 5s. 8s kill 6s, so I was getting no cards on so many rolls. 9s underperformed. Those are what I was doubled up on. It was winnable, I guess, if I hit 9s. That was basically the way. But I didn't, and I made some mistakes. Yeah, that trading in for that ore was just useless and dumb. There's no reason to hold 2 ore on my turn there. Didn't help red win, thankfully, but it just didn't help me at all. And I guess there was... no, there wasn't any VPs left. They were all gone. The last dev card was a knight. So I missed out on that. Didn't get a single VP or mono, and I bought... Felt like a lot. Only 5, I guess. I don't know. By not sitting up early, maybe I was just counting on my rolls a little too much. That I would be able to city. I mean, I was eventually. But it just didn't help when my rolls didn't hit. Nothing can. And then I 7'd out twice early on, which is just way worse than 7'ing out late. Green 7'd out 20 cards. So I'm guessing that's 4 times. I 7'd out twice for 9 cards. But they were early in the game when I really could have done stuff. One of those might have been avoidable when I didn't do a turn with my Year of Plenty, but there was nothing good to do. I couldn't city. I could just basically settle, I think, or buy one development card, and that just didn't seem a good enough use of the Year of Plenty. I decided to risk it, and it got all the way to my turn, and then I rolled a 7. That's how it worked both times. I rolled all my 7s to 7 out, and I think green basically was doing all theirs too. I don't remember ever rolling a 7 where it didn't 7 me out, so that didn't help either. I think the picks were all right. I got off to a pretty fast start. I got to this 6-3 pretty fast because I got a brick trade from black. And then my rolls were hitting more early than they were late. This 3 literally never hit, but the 9s were hitting early and the 6s were hitting early, so I could at least buy development cards. And my plan of not getting stolen from worked. I didn't really get stolen from much. Only twice. But I just didn't get any cards, so it didn't matter. Yeah, these rolls are, I don't know, they're just up and down. Not a bell curve at all. The 11s rolled 6 times, the 3 rolled 0. 5s roll 13, 9s roll 7, and then 8s roll 14 and 6s roll 7. I needed the opposite on all 3 of those. I needed 9s over 5s, I needed 6s over 8s, and I needed 3s over 11s. And they all lost. So yeah, I definitely made mistakes, and I should have played better, but there was definitely bad dice also. And also I lost, I guess, the 4 and 10 split. I didn't realize there were so many 4s. I was complaining about the 10s because green got so much on them, but the 4s were rolling even more. So I lost every split basically on the numbers that I needed. Of the equal percentage-wise numbers, I needed the opposite to hit. But the 10s and the 4s are pretty close, and those didn't matter at all. It was the other ones that I really needed. Yeah, I don't really think, I don't mind not sitting this up earlier. I think that was fine. It didn't get me robbed. I just needed some better rolls and some better development card pulls. If I wasn't going to get army, I needed victory points or monopolies to win this game, probably. Maybe I didn't. If I got all the rolls, I could have just built to 10, but that almost never happens. I probably needed at least 1 victory point, which I didn't even get, so it's probably a lost cause. All right, yeah, I do think the picks are right. In a tough 4th position spot, just not able to get any ore or any brick. Basically just playing Wood-Wheat-Sheep with a little bit of ore that never rolled on the 3 and then the 2, which did roll once. So there we go. Did the 12 roll. Yeah, I didn't even win that split. We tied it. 12 tied the 2. All right, well, try and get a win next time.